Hello, I finally get on there. So after a few technical hitches, you and I get to connect. So first thing I want to say is forgive the background noise, forgive the shaky camera. I'm walking and talking to you today as I'm about to get a train and go in the train station and go and meet somebody in London before lockdown. So if I had connected when I originally wanted to connect, you would have heard some drilling in the background, you would have heard some road digging in the background. And I actually thought that was a really good metaphor for telling us to get to work. Now, if you're in the US, you're going through the elections and all of the energy that's being generated with that. And if you're in the UK, we're one day at the time of shooting this away from going into the second full lockdown. And this brings many challenges to so many of us. And I thought I would address today the correlation, the important correlation between visibility and sales. So what do I want to say about that? First of all, visibility is simply you consistently putting your value, your message, your work out there. It's about you displaying to the world what you can do for them. And sometimes it means that there are people that you can't do stuff for, that you just, they're not your people, and that's okay because they'll be picked up by somebody else who hopefully is putting themselves out there. But if you're not being visible and putting yourself out there, then people don't even know that you exist. They don't know what you do. They don't know the value that you bring. So visibility isn't simply about rocking up and just doing loads of videos and screw it, let's do it, or getting over the embarrassment of putting your work out in the world, specifically online. Visibility is also about you doing it in a way, especially if you're a business, and I'm really speaking to you business owners at the moment who I know have voiced some concerns about the new lockdown and what it could mean for you. So visibility is really about you putting your work out there, letting your people know that you're for them and they're for you. It's about you continuing to do business. There is no shame in this game. For those people who are employed and get a regular wage, that's how their money comes in. For you as a business owner, as a freelancer, as a consultant, as an author, if you're not visible and not putting your work out to the world, you don't get paid. So there's a really important correlation for that. So why be visible? So many of us look in our businesses at lead generation. We look at generating leads so that we can hopefully convert them. Now, here's the thing about that. That's all well and good. I have been in enough groups, masterminds, training courses to see that there are some really phenomenally skilled people out there. And if you're watching this, I class you as one of them. But what happens is you then compare yourself to what the next person is doing, tell yourself that you're not really up to scratch or not really good enough yet. You go and take another course, you go and do another program, and then before you know it, a year's gone down the line and you are just about to get out there. You don't need to. All you need to do is put your work out in the world. So that's the other reason why, for me, it's so important that you get your zones of geniuses out there. Now, let me talk specifically to the current global situation. As we go through the next month, we are in the run-up to Christmas. In my experience, Christmas is one of the festive times where people do want to treat themselves, they do want to spend their money, they do want to buy gifts, and that I don't believe will change. Yes, I appreciate that there are some people that have been affected financially. We have all got the ability to contribute, we've all got the ability to be part of whatever is being retailed out there. And two things I'm hearing a lot about at the moment is survivor syndrome. It's not being voiced in that way. And also there's the kind of fake it till you make it imposter syndrome. So very quickly, how to use these scenarios to your favour. So first of all, if you are a survivor of anything, whether it's an illness, whether it's a job or career, whether it's a tragic trauma or circumstance, you have survived it for some reason, and that reason might not actually be the place for you to focus. The reason will be you're here, you can do the work, you can put the work out there. Now, as an imposter, you might be thinking, yes, but I'm not good enough. This person's been doing it for X amount of time. That person has been doing it for a lot longer than me. So therefore, I should do some free stuff. I should do some beta trainings. I should only charge a little bit until. That's not the case. Now, there's a very big correlation between visibility and sales. I know this personally because not only have I gone through many iterations of this over the last decade, my clients have too. So if you or someone you know has a business and you want to dedicate just 3 days where you can learn some stuff, do some stuff, action some stuff, implement some stuff, then have a look at the event tab above, presentations that sells. The tickets are available. You've got a choice of 3 different types of tickets, but the most important thing that I want you to know is that you putting yourself out there in the world doesn't have to be cringeworthy, doesn't have to involve you sending, friendly messages to people in the hope that they see your work. It doesn't have to involve you being forceful, and it doesn't have to involve you walking around with imposter syndrome or survivor syndrome sitting on your shoulders and weighing down the work that should be out there in the world. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.